Hi friends, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Kylie, also known as I Have Kai Creations here on YouTube, and today we are starting the 100 Heads Challenge. I have been wanting to do this since I started a YouTube channel. It's been on my list of videos, and this is actually going to be a video series. So this is the first 10, and from here on out, it will probably be 10, 10, 10, 10, so 10 videos total. But I might, like if I just do a whole page of graphite, I might just throw like the whole next page in there. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it is 1000% going to be a series. So definitely go hit that subscribe button if you are interested in getting notifications for when these videos come out. And I might potentially drop more frequently. No promises on that. But like I said, hit that subscribe button. You'll get notified when I do post, and you might get lucky and get a video sooner and you wouldn't have known. So yeah. But I have tried the 100 Heads Challenge before. It is a very fun challenge, and I feel like it is something you can definitely change the rules of a little bit to fit you and your art. And for me, what I am doing is I am doing the 100 heads, of course, but I'm not taking 10 days. I don't have time to draw 10 heads 10 days straight with my work schedule. But I am trying to do at least 5 a day. And if I can get more than that. But since I'm recording these, it has to be during the daytime, and it has to be while I'm home. I can't just do it at work because I do sketch at work, and by the end of this I will have drawn more than 100 heads because I'll draw heads outside of the quote-unquote challenge. But for the challenge and for video purposes, it's going to take me a little longer than 10 days. And that's okay. I personally think that if you can do the 10 days, go for it. You know, I think you'll learn a lot in such a short span of time. It just won't work for me, and I'm cool with that. Me personally, I do know how to draw heads for the most part already. I'm not perfect by any means at all, but I do know the basics, right? So for me, my biggest goals are one, to learn how to put a good foundation down to where my proportions will look correct. Because I can draw a nose by itself perfect, eyes really good by themselves, you know, the mouth by itself. It's putting them together proportionately is probably what I struggle with the most, I would say, and working on those different angles. So that's definitely what I want to focus on. And I also kind of want to focus on hair, and this is like a loose focus. I just think that I normally tend to go for like curly hair or pin straight hair. Like I don't have any like other hairstyles. I know it's, you know, there's in between of that. But I want to work on like different hairstyles, like pigtails and braids and, you know, just all the different hairstyles there are. I want to have more options in my brain catalog and know how to draw them without heavily using a reference. Because I like using references, I do, but I feel like I also would like to not so heavily lean on the reference, right? Make it a little bit of my own, even though I'm using that reference. So those are my goals, and for this first 10 heads, I kind of just went in and I was like, okay, I'm just going to do what I normally do and make observations, and that's what I did. So the biggest thing I noticed is I start off really small, and somehow I'm guessing through constantly tweaking things and realizing things aren't right, so I just make them bigger as I go, and so I end up with a much bigger head than I originally intended. Like the girl on the bottom, she was not meant to take up that much space. Same thing with the girl on this little note card, was not meant to take up that much space. They're pretty. I would say those are the best two on this page, but they were not intended to be they were not started that big. And this becomes a problem because her head is cut off, the girl I'm drawing right now, and the girl at the bottom, the side of her hair is cut off, so I couldn't get like the actual silhouette of the hair, which was, in my opinion, kind of important to that specific reference, right? But that's okay. We're learning. It's it's a learning process. And I've also realized, so my sketchbook before this was a much smaller sketchbook. It was a little square ELO sketchbook, right? This is the Strathmore, I think, sketchbook, and it is a much bigger size. And I feel like I'm torn because I like the bigger size for, I guess, bigger drawings and not having to find a sheet of paper to do something smaller or bigger than like a normal sketchbook size. But I also feel like I have a hard time actually filling in the pages nicely. I feel like when it comes to composition, having so much space has been hard for me. So I'm torn. I think I want to get an A5 sketchbook next. But I'm so torn, guys. I don't know. I don't know if I should do square again because I did really good in my square sketchbook. Like, that was my first sketchbook that I was very proud of. And I'll link the sketchbook tour if you guys haven't seen it. It's a pretty good sketchbook. And that also shows you guys there's a few heads that are numbered in that sketchbook, and those are from me trying the 100 Heads Challenge the first time. So if you were interested in that, definitely go check that out. It's a really good video. But yeah, I'm torn. I feel like this sketchbook has been maybe I don't want to say a problem, but it's just been weird to have such a big sketchbook. I haven't had such a big sketchbook since I was in probably middle school. Like, I had big ones for art class, but I never used them really. But this I use constantly, and it's just, I think it's too big. I think I will probably go for a smaller one. If you guys have sketchbook recommendations, leave them in the comments. What's your favorite sketchbook? What do you use? I want to know. But this sketchbook is actually almost done, and we will be getting a sketchbook tour soon. The last few pages of this are going to be filled in with the 100 heads. So I went ahead and I already divided up the last few because I think there's like 9 spreads left. And so I went ahead or 8 spreads, something like that. And I went ahead and just did the math and put like where each set of heads is going to go. And we'll do it that way. And that'll fill in the rest of my sketchbook. That's the end of my sketchbook after that. So yeah, I'm excited to start a new one. This is also probably the fastest I've finished a sketchbook in a very long time. I would say the last one took me almost 2 years, and this one, hopefully I'll be done in less than a month. So it would have only taken me 9 months roughly, and that's like really short for me, considering my last one took 2 years. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, this has been a really fun sketchbook. I've practiced a lot of new mediums. I feel like it's been less all graphite like my sketchbook used to be. It was mainly graphite with a few other things sprinkled in, but this has been mainly other things with a little bit of graphite, right? It's been very nice, very enjoyable. I just do think it's a little too large of a sketchbook for me personally. I know I got this sketchbook recommendation from somebody here on YouTube actually. I can't think of which artist I follow that uses the sketchbook, but she loves it. She gets the same one every time, and she loves the sketchbook. So if you like a bigger sketchbook, this one is actually really, really great. I very much enjoy the paper is very nice. I've painted in it, and I've had no problems at all. It's a really good sketchbook. Really, really good. The whole point of that little sketchbook, me talking about that, was definitely stay tuned. Sketchbook tour will be up hopefully in the next month or so. We should be done with this one. So yeah, we are 5 heads in. I don't hate them, but I don't love them. I would say the second one is probably the one I executed the best. And at this point, I was spending way too much time on each individual head. So I started timing myself, not timing myself, but I started like paying attention to how long I was taking and trying to shorten it a little bit, trying to not be so picky, because I want them all to be perfect, but I know that they all won't be perfect, and that's just the reality of it. So I was just telling myself, just get it onto the paper, draw the portrait, draw the head, and once you've done that, then we can, look at it. Okay, what's wrong? What'd you do wrong? And then you can apply that next time, rather than me and going in and erasing everything. And I couldn't even, actually, that's why I started with colored pencils, is because I knew I wouldn't be able to erase very well. I could erase if I really, really messed up. I could try to erase a little bit, but I knew I wouldn't be able to actually erase with these. And if I started with graphite, we would have been here forever, because I would have erased every little thing that wasn't correct, and I would have just kept trying. So I think this is good starting point. Like I said, these aren't my favorite, but I mean, it's close enough. This one is definitely off a lot, but that's okay. It's fine. I hope you guys are enjoying the more of like speed paint style, where I just speed it up really fast. If you prefer this over me clipping individual clips of me drawing, let me know. I think I prefer this because this is way easier to edit and way faster. So I would probably be able to get videos out sooner doing it this way. But you guys let me know, is it more pleasing to watch it this way, or where I cut clips from all of this long footage and kind of cut it down to 20-ish minutes from that? You guys let me know down in the comments what you prefer. But we are now on head number 7, it looks like. And what I did was I picked 5 colored pencils, and then I just did 2 of each color. I just thought it looked kind of nice. It was kind of fun. And I liked these colors that I picked. They were giving summer vibes. Maybe not that dark blue, but the other ones were giving summer vibes. And as for the photos, I hope you guys are liking the way I'm popping them in there, so you can see before I start, and then at the end you can kind of see what it looks like compared to the reference. I am doing it this way because I'm not making a Pinterest board with everything, because some of these photos are mine. They're my photography, and I don't really feel like making a whole board. I just don't feel like doing all that. So I know a lot of people do make Pinterest boards when they're doing this challenge, and I just didn't really feel like it. So this is the way I did it. And you're definitely, like, go on Pinterest and literally just search 100 heads challenge, and you'll find tons of Pinterest boards if you're looking for inspiration for yours and you want a list to follow. I just didn't feel like making a list, and I do apologize, but yeah. So for this last little bit of the video, I kind of want to talk about what I noticed after these 10 heads. And I'll probably do this every time I do 10. I'm going to go through what I think I can improve on, what I think I did well on, and probably which one's my favorite, which one's my least favorite. So first of all, I think I could improve on drawing smaller. And that's actually what I'm looking through my sketchbook for right now. I'm like, have I drawn like this size before? And yes, I have, and I can. So I want to be able to get my point across and not have to draw such a big photo. And I don't really see a problem with drawing big, except for the fact that I probably won't be getting a giant sketchbook like this again. And also, I feel like if you draw smaller, you can get your point across in fewer lines, and I do think that that's something that I want to work on. So I want to draw smaller. That's something I could improve on. Also, eyes. I feel like I'm good at drawing the eyes themselves, but determining where they belong on the head is where I struggle. I feel like they're either usually too close together or too far apart. So definitely need to work on that. Oh, and they also sometimes are way too high because I make the nose way too long. So deciding eye placement is another. And then the third, oh look, it's a buddy. Buddy came to say hi to everyone. Say hi. Yes, this is my dog. And he looks rough. We got him his haircut. He looks a lot better. But anyways, back to what I need to improve on. My last thing that I really noticed in drawing these 10 heads is I need to work on side profiles. I did have someone at work kind of help me out a little bit. She gave me some pointers on what she thinks I need to work on. So I will be working on that, but that's definitely probably one of the bigger ones because I used to be really good at side profiles, so I'm not really sure what even happened, to be honest with you. But yeah, so those are the 3 big things I noticed that I can improve on, and now things I did good. So I feel like I did pretty good with noses on this spread, especially on face number 2. I think her nose looks a lot like the reference. I really paid attention to the angle of the photo itself, and that helped me with the nose. I would say I also did good on maybe color. Value. I would say value. I didn't go too crazy with values for this one, but the ones that I added value on look nice. I feel like the lighting, you can kind of tell where the light's coming from and all of that. And then the third thing I did well is I did it. I did the 10 and I started the challenge. So that is probably what I'm the most proud of, is that I'm jumping back in and starting another art challenge again. And this might not be my best set of heads necessarily, and it really isn't. This is not a good spread, to be quite honest with you, and I don't know if it's the pressure of the camera on me or the pressure to not take too much time on these, but I feel like I didn't do my best. But it's okay, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I did the challenge, I started, and we're going to improve each 10 that we do. So here's the last little look at them. I would say my favorite from this 10 was number 2 or 1. I feel like they're kind of tied for me. And then my least favorite is definitely number 7. I'm not sure what I was doing. I'm going to blame it on she was halfway on each page. But it's all good, and I want to thank everyone for watching this far into the video, and definitely stay tuned, hit that subscribe button or like this video, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye friends.